everyone, welcome back. It is time to get into the Chelsea match review, and I'm trying to hype myself up because despite that awful scoreline, we actually played decently. I think our performance is alright, apart from a few issues which I will get into in a minute. So without a doubt, obviously I have to start with this lineup. I was actually really surprised. I said in my preview that I thought we had to choose between Son or Wanyama. I didn't see a way for us to play them both. When I saw the lineup, however, I was like, okay, they are both on the team. The only way I can see this working is if we actually play a 4 at the back with Jan as a left back. And then I was like, okay, Poch, you're actually a genius. This actually might work. I can understand Davies needing a rest. And we have games coming up twice this week as well, Palace and Arsenal. So I can understand the rest. However, that's not how it turned out to be. It turned out that we played Son as a left wing back, a player who's known for his going forward and attacking mentality and ability, was forced to play in a role which required quite a lot of defensive work, and we paid the price for it. So given this interesting formation with the lineup, it was no surprise that we started a little tentatively. It wasn't our natural way, so obviously it would have needed a little bit of getting used to, and hence the first, 10 minutes should have been a very crucial time for us to keep the game under control. And unfortunately, that's not what happened. We found ourselves quite quickly a goal down within 4 minutes. Toby gave a foul away and he unfortunately got a yellow card, which meant that he had to be pretty cautious for the rest of the game. And then a lovely free kick from Willian, which was interesting to the degree that, was the wall set up properly, or should have Hugo positioned himself a little bit better to save it? Because my initial thoughts, it was right in front of me, or it was right in front of the Spurs fans, and my first initial reaction was that ball was not that high. It was halfway up the goal, so technically a goalkeeper should be able to save it height-wise. It's not like it was top corner. I know the ball went past him by the time he got to the post, but anyways, interesting questions to raise. Again, I'm not criticising, I'm just trying to point out a few things to think about. Son still looked like a fish out of water, and honestly I can't say I blame him. The lad's not used to this. Despite all that, we actually gained a foothold in the game and we started playing pretty well, and I was thinking that, okay, despite us being 1-0 down, this might actually work. We might actually get something out of this, and that only got better when we equalised from a lovely pacey cross from Eriksen, which Harry guided into the far corner perfectly past Courtois. So as far as Chelsea were concerned, they kind of got their tactics right. They rested Hazard and Costa, and then they brought them on later. And especially even at 1-1 though, this was obviously later on in the game, at 1-1 they seemed to be quite content in just sitting back and playing the long balls, particularly into the space behind Son. So as I said, we actually played pretty well. We had a good possession of the ball and we created good chances. One of them was Dyer, who had a good heading opportunity after a cross from Vertonghen. Unfortunately, it just missed the goal. However, all our good work was quickly undone right before the break when Son committed himself a little bit early and tackled Moses in the box, and allowing the referee to award a penalty. And okay, maybe Moses looked for the tackle, but honestly, Son should have never went down that quickly. And yes, he's not a defender, so it was a bit naive from him. Whatever, that's what happened, and it's just so unfair because we really did play well. So my thoughts at half-time were, we don't actually really need to change personnel, and we didn't in the second half. The only thing I would have liked to see is changing the formation a bit, to have it 4 at the back, and that way allowing Son to actually go forward and do what he's best at. But Dembele started controlling the midfield in the way he normally does, but it seemed, again, out of this world. It was absolutely amazing. I was in awe for most of the game, and honestly, hands down to him, he was my man of the match. He just played so well for us. It was no surprise when we equalised because we were dominating them. We played really well. A beautiful cross from Eriksen. Again, a lovely assist from him. He's been really brilliant this season, and it was turned in superbly by Dele Alli. What a lovely goal. It was right in front of us as well. It was brilliant. It was a great feeling to finally be back in this. And at 2-2, I was thinking that yes, we can get this done. We're on the front foot. We're playing them. They don't have that many chances. They basically only had chances from 2 set pieces. Come on, we can do this. And yeah, we had the momentum. We had our free flow. But Conte is smart. He got his tactics right. He tried to break up our play as much as possible. He tackled Dele and he tackled Harry, and there were loads of fouls all around the place. Unfortunately, the ref didn't seem to notice them. I will not go into details into that. But moving on from that, what he did, unfortunately for us, really well, was that he brought on Hazard and Costa, a double substitution around the hour mark, which meant that the play stopped right at the 2-2 when we were at the top of our game. And that's it. Hazard caused all the trouble for us, because following their only corner, and I mean it, that was literally their only corner, but it just sums up how much we dominated this whole game. And so anyways, Hazard was unmarked and unchallenged, and he picked up the loose ball at the edge of the box and he found the far corner, and unfortunately there wasn't much Hugo Lloris could have done about that. But then Matty scored what was probably the goal of his career. It was a beautiful shot and Hugo obviously couldn't do anything about it. And that meant it was 4-2, and that was definitely game over. So even though the tie was already lost, there was a way to salvage the scoreline. Harry had a beautiful free kick attempt, which he struck really, really strong, low on the ground, and Courtois saved it, but he couldn't keep the ball. The ball still went underneath him, but he took the pace off just enough for him to scramble and catch the ball before it even touched the line. I mean, I had this feeling throughout the whole game, but especially at that point, I was like, yep, this is literally just one of those days. So right now, what we need to do is pick ourselves up and focus on the Premier League. We've got Palace on a midweek game on Wednesday, and we've got Arsenal, our last ever North London derby, at the Lane. So that's pretty much it for my review. I think I tried to keep it as upbeat as possible, because overall we played well, we created chances. Chelsea just knew how to break it up a little bit more, and they were more clinical with their chances, and our formation kind of killed it for us. So I already said who my man of the match was. I think it was Dembele. Please let me know who your Spurs man of the match was. I would love to hear in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel and you would like to see more Spurs related content from me, then hit the subscribe button down below. I would love it. Hopefully I will see you next time, and come on you Spurs.